Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are cooking spinach with lentils. I am so excited to show you how to do this. So here I have a pan and I'm going to use the yellow lentils, the small yellow lentils. It's also called moong dal. And you just take 1 cup of yellow lentils and you can add it onto the pan to cook them, like we are going to boil them. So just add 1 cup of lentils and 2 cups of water. So I'm using the boiled water here, and then I will let it simmer for about 5 minutes or 6 minutes, not more than that. What we are looking for is that the lentils should not be cooked fully, that it's all mushy, but it should be cooked probably around 70% so that it holds the form, and also it will cook along with the spinach. So here I'm adding only salt to the lentils and let it simmer. So here I have a non-stick pan, and this time I'm going to use some coconut oil. So here I have my coconut oil, which is really good for you. It's very healthy fat, and I'm using about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil here. And because it's cold and winter time, everything is frozen. We are covered in snow, and my coconut oil is all solid. So anyway, while that is getting warm, I'm going to chop 1 handful of garlic and 1 medium-sized onion. So I've chopped the onion, and my oil is nice and hot now, and it's getting sizzled. And you want these garlic to be nice and golden brown, so let it saute for 1 or 2 minutes, and once they are looking nice and golden brown, then you can add the chopped onions. So I've chopped that 1 onion, and I'm going to add that and saute them together. So this recipe calls for just garlic, no ginger. Usually I add ginger as well, but for this one you just are going to add some garlic. It just gives that very nice flavor to the spinach and lentils, and that garlic just softens at the end, and when you do get it, it's very delicious. I'm not sure if you're a big fan of garlic. I am not a big fan of garlic because sometimes my husband, when he's sick, he eats them like toasty on its own, you know. He just roasts them in a dry pan and eats them. It's apparently very good for you if you have a cold or something. So here I have the packet of spinach I got from the store. It's just green spinach you can get, and I'm going to use that. And before that, we're gonna add our spices from my masala box. So I'm just adding half a tablespoon of chili powder and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. So it's not a very difficult recipe, guys. You have to try this, and it's absolutely delicious. And not only that, it's actually so good for you because it has all the good stuff like garlic and lentils and spinach and turmeric and everything. It's just, and the best part is, even though you wouldn't like maybe garlic or spinach, you just would love this recipe. So here I'm taking 2 tomatoes and chop them into small pieces and just saute them together. And it's a very quick recipe as well because it won't take a lot of time. I was done in probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so, not more than that. So you just saute them really well, and as usual, we are going to wait for the tomatoes to get nice and mushy. And because it's not too many spices, it doesn't take long to roast them. So I've just chopped the spinach in roughly, like just a rough cuts, not very precise, because what will happen is it will wilt and it will cook and it will just lose all its form. So you don't need to worry about, you just roughly chop them and keep adding all the spinach. You don't want the whole leaves on its own. Some of them, yes, I did put the whole leaves, but just roughly chop them if possible. And then we are going to cook all this together. You won't believe the amount of water this spinach has. Like, this was probably a big packet of spinach, and when it is done, like, it will go to probably less than a handful of spinach. Like a whole big bowl of spinach goes and reduces its size to a handful of spinach, you know, which is amazing. It's just full of water, but they are so good for you. So just keep stirring it nicely. At first you have to be a bit careful because your pan is going to be pretty full, and then once it's wilted, it'll be easier to cook them. So here it is, it's wilted, and it's nice and easy to manage. Now at this stage we are going to add the boiled lentils. So the spinach is not all done, it's probably 70% done, and the lentils are also 70% done. And as you can see, it's nice and piping hot, and it's not fully cooked. It's got the form and everything. So we're going to add the water and the lentils, everything in, and the remaining 30% or 20% of the cooking of spinach and lentils is going to happen together. That's when these two ingredients, the main ingredients, will incorporate with each other. So yeah, you stir it really well, and we are going to mix it and then put a lid on and let it simmer and cook together. So that's what we're gonna do. So it has been simmering for about 5 minutes now. Because it had water, I got away with that. So after that, you just keep stirring probably every 2 to 3 minutes, because the water is gonna get lesser and lesser as it cooks through. So just wait for probably another 10 to 15 minutes for it to cook together really well. Okay, so it has been cooking for another few minutes, like 3 to 4 minutes, and as you can see, the water is all getting dried up, but we are still not yet done. We want the dish to be completely dry, and we can use it along with some rice or even bread. Like, you can eat it with bread as well. It's so good. So it's like a side dish for any of your meals, and you're getting your veggies and lentils, everything together. So yeah, I sometimes eat this with quinoa as well. It's a really good protein. So if you're on a protein diet, you know, high protein, this is a really good dish as well, and very hearty meal. So yeah, it's all done and ready to be served. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please do like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.